Okay, I have like 10 minutes and 10 minutes only to get ready for my laser hair removal appointment. It's always a bit of a struggle on appointment days because I have to walk a fine line between getting ready at the right time because I'm not supposed to wear any kind of lotion or deodorant or something. I'm very conscious of that fact. And so I want to like wait till like the last possible second to take my shower just to like be for surezies, you know what I mean? It was a little bit more of a struggle in the summer for obvious reasons, but winter's not so bad. Oh shit. Okay, I also can't do makeup from like this point down because she lasers my face and I already forgot that. But I want to do makeup from here up because I also want to run errands afterward. And remind me to bring deodorant. I have 10 minutes exactly to get there. Parking usually is a beesh, so pray for me that the parking gods are on my side. All right, we have been thoroughly lasered from head to toe. I would like to say that the pain is lessening from session to session, but I don't remember the previous session, and the pain is still there. So it still hurts, but it's worth it to shave less and bring less hair into 2026. And speaking of what we're carrying with us into 2026, the new year is a time to start letting some of that stuff go. You know, starting fresh and finding solutions for all the things we want to prioritize. But whatever you find yourself lugging into 2026, our sponsor BetterHelp can help you feel lighter. I know for me in the past, I've had a tendency to start a new calendar off with a lot of pressure and stress, but being overly ambitious with an all or nothing mindset was in fact not motivating me, but weighing me down. So heavy in fact that often I would find myself paralyzed, unable to move towards any type of goal, or sometimes even sliding backwards. And it has taken quite a while to disrupt this pattern, but with the help of therapy, I've made strides and mentally I feel so much more at ease and like I actually have the capacity to make progress on my goals. And BetterHelp is who I started my therapy journey with. On their site, you'll find a short, thoughtful questionnaire where you can share your own goals, preferences, and what you're looking for. From there, you'll get matched with one of BetterHelp's 30,000 licensed therapists who are a diverse community of professionals across different specialties, backgrounds, and locations. And no worries if you don't click with your initial match because at any time, for any reason, at no additional cost, you can switch therapists. So if you'd like to let BetterHelp support you in feeling lighter in 2026, go ahead and click that link in my description or go to betterhelp.com/Beatrice for 10% off your first month of therapy. Okay, let's go to the Sam's Club. I need to pick up like a bunch of vegetables and I think I might also pop into the regular grocery store, pick up a couple of things that I don't want to buy in bulk. And I don't know if you can hear my stomach having the grumblies, but she's going crazy because I'm starving. You saw how I got out of the house this morning. It was a little bit chaotic. Let's do a really quick grocery haul and then let's make some lunch. Starting with the stuff I got from Sam's, I didn't get a whole lot. I picked up a pack of these tomatoes. I always see these pre-made chicken breasts there and I'm curious about them, but I never get them. But I thought that these would be good on a salad for today's lunch. So I'm gonna try these out. I got a big pack of carrots because me and the dogs have been really digging baby carrots lately. English cucumbers, a big stack of celery, some spring mix for the aforementioned salad, a carton of heavy whipping cream. I got this big old satchel of zucchinis and then some bacon. Oh, and I also got some tomato sauce and diced tomatoes and toilet paper. And then from Walmart, I picked up some Epsom salt for my baths, frozen broccoli, frozen peas, frozen green beans, got some cauliflower, some kind of snacky stuff. I picked up these dill pickle flavored cashews. I had these on a road trip once and I saw them at the store and I was like, yes, that is for me right now. And of course some chomps. I also picked up some of these sugar-free pecan delights. We're gonna be going to like a movie marathon this weekend and I want some snacky stuff so I'm not tempted to get a bunch of snacks there. Got some pork rinds with some salsa. I've been craving chips and salsa. This is a good alternative. I got these cute little pins. They have little charms on them. Like this one's a French fry, that's a donut, a pizza, and a cupcake. I just thought those were cute. A thing of cottage cheese, a thing of Greek yogurt, some ranch, some asparagus to make more asparagus soup, mozzarella. Got these strawberries. It's not the season, but these looked quite good. Excited about those. Some more cream cheese, bloobs, and this thing of butter lettuce. I don't know why. I was just like thinking that I can stick the base of this in some water and have infinite butter lettuce, so I'm gonna try that. So that's the haul. Let's go ahead and get all of this stuff put away so we could get some lunch going. And I'm gonna make a ginormous salad, because that sounds really good right now. I never thought that I would be one of these people that crave salad, but like I legitimately, like when I'm starving, a salad sounds so good. There's all these different textures, all these different flavors going on. You know what I mean? I really do dig a salad. Like I look forward to one. It's bananas. Okay, we are gonna have a proper little cooking show, I guess, because I have this induction burner because my glass cooktop decided to shatter and I had to get a new stove, and in the interim while I was waiting, I bought one of these things. Kind of a good move because now I can have a legit like little cooking show. And if that hadn't had happened, I probably would not have bought one. But for lunch, I'm gonna be making some lettuce wraps. I think this is like a copycat recipe, P.F. Chang's. It's just like Asian-y ground chicken that you put in lettuce leaves. And that sounded good to me. So that's what's for lunch. And it's super fast, super easy to make. It incorporates the butter lettuce that I bought on a whim, as well as ground chicken that I had in the freezer. And if you know what the mission is, it's to use up all of the freezer food. I got some water chestnuts going. The recipe only calls for 1/4 of a cup of water chestnuts. 1 can is about 1/2 of a cup. And if you know anything about me, I absolutely hate when recipes call for just like a little bit of the can, especially when it's something random like water chestnuts that I don't use very often. So all of these water chestnuts are going in the recipe. We just got to dice these up nice. I really at some point in my life would love to learn like proper cutting techniques and stuff and just be like, you know what I mean? Just like super fast, super precise knife movements, uniform cuts. Like if you looked at how I chop these water chestnuts, the descriptor, if being kind, would say rough, maybe artisan. A fancy word for it looks shitty. So we got our water chestnuts, we got our green onions. Yeah, I think we're ready to turn this on. It does make a little bit of a sound. It's not like super annoying, but it is there. And if you don't know how induction works, because I didn't, basically you have to make sure that your cookware is compatible, and they give you this like magnetic testing strip because it works with magnets. So you have to like make sure that this sticks to the bottom of your cookware, which this pan does. All of my pans do actually, which was lucky. This is a 3-pound thing of ground chicken. The recipe only calls for 1 pound. So I am gonna use the other 2 pounds probably in a like a lasagna recipe. Oh, and she was frozen. I thought she was more thawed than this. That is unfortunate. Okay, there was a little bit of a struggle off camera to cut off 1/3 of this, but it's in the pan now. It's cooking. And it is thoroughly sticking to the pan as well. Love that for me. That's kind of the problem with like buying a bunch of meat and then freezing some, because it requires a little bit of planning to have stuff thawed out in time, and that's just not my style. I like to keep them guessing. Never let them know my next move. even if the them in that situation is myself. But anyway, we're just browning this frozen ass chicken, so that's gonna take a while. We can let her do her thing for a second and measure out this hoisin sauce. Why not? 1/4 of a cup of this. We can open our ginger. There's not a whole lot of prep that goes into this super simple recipe. Teaspoon of this. I don't know why. Maybe like I have some kind of deficiency or something, but like I crave pickled ginger. Shit slaps. A little bit of salt and pep to this. If I can find my pepper. I put some water in the bottom of this little container that the butter lettuce came in because it has roots. I don't know if you could see them or not. And that seemingly simple, innocuous act has got me in the mood to start gardening. I'm like, when should I start my seedlings? It might be too early, but also it might not be. I don't know. I've never gotten a plant to grow from like a seed, except for like the zucchini and the squash that I just like straight up planted outside last year. That took off like immaculately well. But then like out of nowhere manifested all of these like little squash beetles. I can't remember what they're called. They're like called squash or zucchini beetles or zucchini bugs, squash bugs, something like that. But they just came out of nowhere and they completely demolished all of the zucchini and squash that I was making. So I only ate like 1 or 2 from the garden and the bugs got the rest. So I don't know, year by year, I'm getting a little bit better in figuring out how to garden and how to grow things. Like last year was my first successful year in actually having like a lot of tomatoes, a lot of like cucumbers, those kinds of things. But I did buy a bunch of starter plants from the nursery. And I would like to be able to like grow them from seeds. I don't know why, probably because it's less expensive. But okay, this is cooked enough. It's not like super brown or anything, but I'm getting impatient. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the aromatics. That is the garlic and the ginger. And instantly your kitchen smells like magic. Okay, now I'm gonna add my hoisin sauce and 2 tablespoons of my low sodium soy sauce. Now we mix, mix, mix. And it smells even more amazing. And we get all our water chestnuts in there and some of the onion. I'm opting for like trying to get the end of it, like the whiter parts of the onion, because those ones tend to just do better in the heat, and then use like the greener parts for garnish afterward. Someone last video was like, B, can you teach us how to cook? I don't know if I'm the one. But I can tell you what I'm doing. I mean, like, if you want to, like, take the instructions from a silly goose, then I guess I could teach you how to cook. But I do be doing some silly goose type activities. So, bear that in mind. But I haven't died. We got Chetty over here. He's smelling what I'm cooking. He's picking up what I'm putting down. I don't know, I guess with this, when it looks done, it is. And to me, it looks done. Alright, I guess I'll just pluck one of these bad boys off of here. Perfect little plate. And I'm just going to use the same tablespoon that I use to measure garlic. It is ripping hot, and that heat is going through the lettuce cup. So if you're wondering if I'm burning the shit out of my hand, I am. I'm about to burn the shit out of my mouth. Beautiful. Let's give it a go. Yeah, this is awesome. Make this super fast, super easy. I think I was recording for like 18 minutes, and that was like chicken going from frozen to this, so very good. And I definitely recommend using the entire can of water chestnuts, because like I said, then you don't have leftover water chestnuts, and it adds a really good crunch and texture to the whole thing. This, I would say, is recipe card worthy. I haven't made recipe cards in a while, but I need to start doing that again probably. Because I feel like I've come across quite a few recipes that I am probably just gonna like lose in the ether, because who knows what they were. Okay, lunch is over. We're on to the next task of the video, which is cleaning out the chicken coop. Last time I did this on camera, a lot of you were very concerned because I didn't have a mask. I typically do wear one of these N95 masks because there's a lot of dust happening in there. There's a lot of like the ammonia from like the chicken droppings and stuff. Yeah, I typically do wear a mask. In that video, I just like put my shirt over my nose and mouth. And you can see that I had a hair tie on the back holding this. Like, I don't know, there was just like this little nubbin of shirt in the video because I had it held taut so it would stay over my nose and mouth. Again, not like super ideal. Like a shirt obviously isn't like the best filtration, but it's better than nothing, I guess. But I did get more of these, so do not fret. It's very sweet of you to be concerned for my health and well-being. So I appreciate you. Just let you know I am gonna be wearing a mask. Okay, 3 eggs. No signs of Todd. That's what we like to see. The chickens are starting to lay more eggs again. If you didn't know, they take a little bit of a hiatus in the winter, like when it starts getting colder. They've been confused lately though, because it's been like snowing and then like summertime temperatures and then snowing again. So they're probably all over the place. But if you don't know who Todd is, because why would you? Todd is our neighbor's cat. And Todd got in the chicken coop the other day. We have cameras in there and we just saw like this fluffy mass in one of the hen boxes, like where they lay the eggs. And Steven's like, there's a raccoon in the coop. And so we put on our goulashes and head out there just to find a cat in there. This cat had a collar. We called the number on the collar because it was acting funny. Like he was just sitting there, like not moving. I don't know if he was just really cold or what, but we called the number on the collar and it ended up being our next door neighbors. They came over and got Todd. None of the chickens were hurt. The chickens are actually pretty hardy. I think that they would peck the shit out of anything that got close. They pecked the shit out of me and I am, I don't know, 6 times their size? 7 times? I don't know, but it hurts. I mean, I don't doubt that a cat could hurt them, but he didn't, and who knows how long he was in there for. So now we have to check not only for eggs, but for Todd and make sure he's not in there and gets locked in there. And when I see him in the yard, I say, "Go home, Todd." So that's kind of fun and funny. Obviously, it'd be great if Todd stayed out of our yard at all, but how am I going to control a cat, you know? And we do have other like wild animals and stuff out here. The chicken coop itself is secure except for like during the day, like when I have the door open, which is I think when Todd snuck in. I don't know where he was hiding, but there's no way he could have gotten in like when we closed the girls in for the night. So I'm thinking he just got past security. You know, because I got a routine. I put the girls away, I count. If there's 15 chickens, I get the eggs. I ain't looking for no Todds. But now that's part of the routine. I need to take a shower. I'm hella dusty. My guy, it's that time again. It is weigh-in day, so let's just get straight into it. Last week, I weighed 208.8 pounds. This morning, I stepped on the scale, and I now weigh 208.2 pounds. So that's a weekly loss of 0.6 pounds, bringing our grand total to 48.8 pounds down. My guy, I fear the time is near that I need to start tracking my food again. The progress has just been slow and I am in the mood again where I just like want to hurry up and get to the part where I just have to worry about maintaining, which in itself is difficult, but I just feel like I've been coasting for quite a while now and I just want to start seeing some results. And I very much flip-flop between the two guys. You know what I mean? Like one guy over here was just like, I want to start seeing the results. I want to get to that finish line as fast as possible. The other guy is like, slow and steady wins the race. I guess there's also a third guy that's just like, who cares if I'm fat? But right now, I'm definitely the one that just wants to like get there. And not to mention, I did accidentally sign up for another year of my MyFitnessPal Premium. My idea was once my yearly subscription ran out that I was going to not renew it and check out some other apps you guys suggested that might be better than MyFitnessPal, but alas, it was set to auto-renew and I didn't catch it in time, so I now have signed up for another year of MyFitnessPal, so I might as well use it. So for the one person that asked last time what app I use to track, currently none. What I am going to be using is MyFitnessPal. Not because I think it's the best or anything, it's just what I've used, what I've gotten used to, and what I've signed up for the year. And don't get me wrong, I'm not displeased with having lost 0.6 of a pound this week. I'm just very much in the mood like, oh, come on, hurry up, let's get it over with. That's my current mood. And that could change next week. Who knows? It's never just the one thing, which is annoying. But anyways, I just want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!